Man, what a game. What a game. I'm not even that mad, to be honest. Like, I'm going to break it down the game, but it was better than what I thought, especially the way we ended the game. Hats off to the Eagles. Hats off to Carson Wentz. For everybody doubting Carson Wentz, I was going to address this later, but now I'm going to address it early, man. Listen, if you're an Eagles fan, what's wrong with y'all? Doubting Carson Wentz, saying you want him to be benched. What he showed you is that he has heart. With everybody on the offense getting injured, from running backs to wide receivers to tight end to the entire offensive line outside of Jason Kelsey, from everybody getting injured, he's been in there. Now, yes, he's had some bad games. Yes, he's had some bad throws. But he gives you heart. He gives you toughness. And we saw that today, man. I mean, what a performance. Now, I understand the Eagles lost 30-28. I do. But let's break it down. It's 22 points in the fourth quarter. If it wasn't for that messed up 2-point conversion play at the end, we could have tied, and who knows where we'd be at right now. We could be watching overtime as we speak. But man, what a fourth quarter performance by that offense, by that defense. At first, watching the game, I'm saying, okay, Baltimore isn't doing anything truly special, but we're not taking advantage on the offensive end. So it's going to look worse than what it really is. I'm going to be honest. Baltimore wasn't dominant this entire game. It wasn't like, they were doing everything perfect on offense. They were moving the ball seamlessly down the field, running with ease, passing with ease. That was just not the case. Our defense was actually playing very, very well. Now, it was times where we didn't, get this certain stop that we needed, or our tackling was terrible, which I personally feel like we have to be the worst tackling football team in the league. Maybe because I watch my team more, extensively than any other team. But it feels like we don't tackle. We didn't. It feels like we let Lamar Jackson break some tackles. That wide receiver core break some tackles. The running back break some tackles. So it's just like, man, I wish we'd have tackled better because some of those big runs were off of missed tackles. But at the end of the day, our defense played really, really good. We sacked Lamar 3 times. We pressured him a lot, forced him to throw, some bad passes, forced him to throw the ball out of bounds, throw the ball away a lot of times. I'm a little bit, I want to say I'm disappointed. I'd expected a little bit more from the D-line, but they played great. So hats off to the D-line, hats off to the defense. Like I said, I wish everything was just better. I wish we won, but I'm not too mad at the performance. When I look at Lamar Jackson, he was 16 for 27, 186 yards, 1 touchdown. Like I said, he was sacked 3 times. He didn't have the best passing game. A lot of his passes was, passing it to the wide receiver, and they had a lot of yak as yards after the catch. A lot of it was the yak. I look at him running the ball. He did have 108 yards on the ground. He did. He had that one big run, where he scored a touchdown. At the end, he had a big run. Other than that, he wasn't really killing us running the ball. He had a 37-yard long run. It felt like it was 50, man. Point being, though, Lamar Jackson did do his thing on the ground. But when you look at everything else outside of Lamar, J.K. Dobbins, 9 rushes, 28 yards. Gus Edwards, 14 rushes, 26 yards. Mark Ingram, 5 rushes, 20 yards. So outside of Lamar, we was able to stop their running backs. But Lamar, those 2 big runs, he was, able to extend their lead and able to end the game. So hats off to Lamar. That's why Lamar is great. When I look at us, the Philadelphia Eagles, Miles Sanders did his thing before he was injured. And I'm going to get on injuries, towards the end. 9 carries, 118 yards, that 74-yard run. Now he and the rest of the Eagles, they fumbled a lot. We had 4 total fumbles. I said about pregame, this Ravens team, they have 2 or 3 guys that forced about 3 fumbles this year so far. So I knew what they were going to do. They were going to go out and punch the ball. They forced 4 fumbles today alone. So we have to fix that. But Miles Sanders, like I said, did his thing before he had to be taken out of the game. Now, he did have a drop. He did have a huge drop that was for a touchdown. It was just terrible, man. But other than that, I hope he gets well soon. Like I said, 9 carries, 118 yards receiving. He missed that drop that would have been for a touchdown. And we had a lot of drops from Zach Ertz to Fulgham to Hightower. Hightower dropped a huge play. I think it was our first or second play. That would have changed the entire game if he caught that. And this is why I say injuries play a part to our team, because D-Jack wasn't dropping that. Rager's not dropping that. Alshon's not dropping that. No offense to Hightower, I like him. When I was doing, my early season things, I said he'd be good, but I didn't think he'd be in the field playing how much he's playing right now because of injuries. That's what he has to do. And right now, he just has way too many drops for me, and it's sad. He did have a long, a long catch, his only catch, one catch for 50 yards. But, man, he could have had over 100, all them drops. Fulgham did his thing. He had a touchdown, 75 yards. He had a couple of drops. Zach Ertz, before he got hurt, he had 4 catches, 33 yards, a couple of drops. I wish we played better, but in the second half, and especially that fourth quarter, we played great. Like I said, shout out to Carson Wentz. It says he was 21 for 40. You take out all the drops. I feel like we had like 9 drops. He's like 21 for 31. Honestly, we had so many drops. It was just sad. Then you think about all the passes that were altered because their D-line was just getting after us. They were just getting after us. Why? Because everybody on our O-line is getting hurt. This is why I have so much love for Carson Wentz, and I'm not willing to give up on him just yet because everybody on our O-line is getting hurt. So what do you expect? Especially against this Baltimore Ravens team that improved their D-line so much, they went out and they got a Calais Campbell, who I thought was a steal for them. That's going to make them 25 times better than what they were last year, and he proved it today. He had like 3 or 4 sacks. So what do y'all expect with a banged-up O-line? Yes, we're going to be struggling. But what we showed in that second half is we're going to continue to fight, and I love that. Even though we lost, and I'd much rather have a victory, I understand that psychic-wise, confident-wise, that's a booster. That is. Now, I said it before, and I say it again. We had a chance to win this game. Ravens and all their penalties helped us, stay in the game. We just didn't capitalize all the time. That first half, we couldn't do nothing. We had 0 points the entire first half. It was 17-0. I didn't know where this game was going to go. I knew our defense were doing their thing. Our offense was struggling, though. Part of that was play calling, and part of that was, drop passes. I thought we should have ran more. Just, hey, put 7, 8 guys over there, go jumbo package, run the ball, see what happens. Because passing the ball, it wasn't working that much in the first half. But our defense stepped up that second half. Us as an offense stepped up that second half. Like I said, 28 points. All our points were in the second half. 22 was in the fourth quarter. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. We did our thing. I'm not that mad. I'm just mad. I keep talking about this last play because, listen, we score. I know we were going to score after that PI. That's another story. I ain't getting into it. Thank you. That's all I got to say. So I knew we were going to score after that PI. But in my mind, I'm just worrying about the 2-point conversion, 2-point conversion, 2-point conversion, 2-point conversion, 2-point conversion. That's the only thing in my mind. Now, why we decided to do a re-option, I don't know. That was a dumb play call. I'm just going to be honest. It was. Why not just do a rollout? Have an option to pass and still run, but instead you limit it to be in a read option. I knew that was going to get stopped. I knew it wasn't going to work. Especially how they were lined up on the field. I knew it wasn't going to work. I wish we'd have just audibled into, a rollout pass, a sprint out, something to get Carson Wentz in space, but still able to throw the ball. Because that's literally how we got our the previous 2-point conversions. Carson Wentz in space, he's able to move around. Wide receivers are out and they get open, they find a spot, he delivers the ball. So in my mind, I'm just like, man, we were 2 for 4 on 2-point conversions. The last one was bad. The other one, I believe it was a drop. I'm just, I'm grateful that we didn't get blown out. But we honestly could have won with this depleted roster. We had the opportunities. We just didn't capitalize. I look at our defense, man. Like I said, we sacked Lamar 3 times. Wish we could have got him more. We forced him to have, we forced him to throw the ball out a lot. Forced him to throw bad passes. We just have to tackle. That's all. And that's a big thing, too. I'm saying that's all, but tackling is literally stopping somebody from a first down, stopping somebody from a touchdown. And honestly, our tackling was kind of lackluster this game. It was. But, man, it's a crazy game, yo. Like I said, the first half, I didn't know what was going on. Come back in the second half, we doing our thing. Shout out to Brandon Graham. He had 2 sacks. Brandon Graham did his thing. Sweat did his thing. Cox did his thing. Like, I'm not really mad at that D-line. I just want more. And I'm comfortable with what I got now. I'm appreciative. I just know they have to be the best positional group for us to be successful. And they were very, very good today, okay? They were very, very good today. I just want as much as I can get out of them. Because like I said, and I'm going to keep saying this, until we're fully healthy, they're the best positional group we have. We have so many guys on that defensive line, from Brandon Graham to Sweat to Malik Jackson to Hargrove to Cox to Bennett. The list can go on and on and on. To Malik Jackson. I can keep going to Avery. Our D-line is legit, but they just have to play legit every single night. Man, what a game. What a game. I touched on those drops, man. Those drops were important. Like I said, Miles Sanders dropped the touchdown. In my opinion, Hightower, if he knew how to locate the ball, he could have kept running right there. He was wide open. He dropped a potential touchdown. We were going to score regardless. That's a whole momentum shift, whole confidence booster. Zach Ertz dropped a couple. Fulgham dropped a couple. Greg Ward dropped a couple. So it was so many drops. We just can't have that. We cannot have that. And it's reported that D-Jack's supposed to come back Thursday. Alshon's supposed to come back Thursday. That's fine. I'm going to get into Thursday's game a little bit later, but even if they're coming back, they can't drop the ball either. They're still held to the same high standard. I don't care if Alshon hasn't played in like a year or a whole bunch of months. I don't care if D-Jack's in and out with injury problems. No. We hold you to a high standard. You guys have been in this league a while. No drops are tolerated from you too. At all. I don't even tolerate drops from anybody. But when Miles Sanders was dropped at, I'm like, come on, Miles. Wide open. He looks right, realized the ball is coming left, but still he's wide open, man. He's wide open. It's sad, but I mean, before I get in next week, I just want to talk about some positives from this game. It was the defense. In my opinion, we didn't really break. Like I said, 173 yards passing, 182 yards running. Outside of Lamar Jackson's 2 big runs, we held him under the average. And I feel like that was poor communication and poor tackling, the reason why he's really able to break off those 2 runs. Passing the ball, he wasn't really able to do anything. They had a lot of yards after catch. So I feel like our defense played very, very good. And that's a positive for me. I keep saying this. In order for us to be successful with all the offensive players being hurt, from Lane Johnson to Samalu to Brooks is out for the whole year, to Dillard out the whole year, to Peters out for who knows how long, from Pryor going down to Driscoll going down. Now Sanders is banged up, Ertz is banged up, Goddard's not here, Rager, D-Jack, Alshon, the list can go on. How many injuries we have to key players. These are key offensive players that were supposed to have big roles in the offense. People thought I was crazy when I said, hey, we can go 12-4, we can go this and that. When you looked, when we are fully healthy, and you say, okay, just look at the players. Don't put the Philadelphia Eagles name behind them, because that's what a lot of players do. When you look at the roster, fully healthy, in the beginning of the year, like I did when I made my schedule predictions, you would think to yourself, okay, this roster is very, very talented. We have a lot of wide receivers. 3 or 4 of them not here. 4 of them not here right now. More are injured. We have the best 2 tight end group. One went down this week. Our O-line is top tier. Look at all these all-pros, Pro Bowlers. Injured. When everybody gets hurt with your offense, then you have to wonder, okay, what can we do to be successful? That defense has to step up. Now, I don't blame them having 30 on the defense, because they had some good field position sometimes. The defense, like I said, that's an improvement tackling, but I don't think we played that bad of a game. Offensive-wise, there's still some things to improve on, but I think that comes with players being more healthy. Like, the biggest thing for us to improve on, honestly, other than play calling, is that offensive line play. Carson Wentz doesn't have time, it feels like, every single play to be able to sit back, take his 5 drop, take his 7 drop, and throw a dot, because that D-line is getting after him. Calais Campbell's getting after him. So maybe we have to do some more quick hitters, which we started to do early in the second half. Maybe Jalen Hurts has to be on the field a little bit more to throw defenses off guard. Because when our offensive line isn't there, then there's a problem. Because they were getting after Wentz, man. And I feel for him, because so many fans, I feel like, that don't truly watch the games, and not even just football fans. Eagles fans are part of this too. They want to give up on Wentz so early. They want to say he's this, say he's that. Listen, Watch the game. See how he's really by himself. See how he has 6 people running after him. Every single play. There within 2 to 3 seconds. Carson Wentz, I feel for you. Carson Wentz, I'm going to continue to support you and continue to push for him to still be the starting quarterback because it's not all on him. And he showed that. Did you see that last run at the end? A 40-yard run at the end. Stiff arming people, breaking tackles, punching people in the face. That's my quarterback right there. That show heart. That show he don't care about the stats. He just wants to do whatever to win. He does. How can you not respect a quarterback like that? From what kind of team we want to represent? Toughness. I understand he made some mistakes. I understand we have the most turnovers in the NFL, which is a huge problem. I am not trying to say that's not a problem. I understand all those things. If we were fully healthy with the full O-line, the full wide receivers, and he was doing this, then I'd be in the same boat as a lot of people saying he needs to be benched. But that is not the case. I don't care what quarterback you have. You replace damn near their whole starting offensive line with most of these guys right now are third stringers. Even our backups are getting hurt. So you replace the whole starting line with like second, third stringers. You take tight ends out. You take the 3, 4 wide receivers that you had that were going to be your starters out. Running back is in and out of lineup. Come on now. Do not lose faith in Carson Wentz. Do not lose faith in Carson Wentz. Now, next week, we go against the New York Giants. We're supposed to get some guys coming back healthy, like Deshaun Jackson, like Alshon Jeffrey. Hopefully, Zach Ertz is a little bit more healthy. Hopefully, we don't have to use him that much and let him get healthy going, towards our bye coming soon in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, we can have Dallas Goedert be soon in recovery. I got to look at his timetable. Hopefully, we can have a lot of these guys injured start to come back because, man, we need to start winning now. We do. It's about time for us to win. We cannot be bottom of the division. I understand we're injured. I understand that. But listen, the Giants won today. They beat the Washington football team. They're above us right now. We need to beat them. We need to hope that the Cowboys lose today. What time they play? They play at 8:15 on Monday. We need to hope that the Dallas Cowboys lose to the Arizona Cardinals so we can still have a shot. Because if they win, they're 3-3 right now. And we're, 1-4-1? If I'm not mistaken? That's a problem. And these games we're losing, a couple of them are winnable. You would say, hey, well, the guy's not injured. But at this point, I don't know how long I can say that because they're not going to come back. We're just going to have to focus on what we have and how can we be better with the unit that we have right now. The big problem is that offensive line. That is the biggest problem. Receiver-wise, yes, some of these guys need to get open more. They were struggling, especially against this Baltimore Ravens team. I will say they have the best, in my opinion, defensive back group in the league. We were struggling to get open in that first half, struggling. Travis Fulgham came on in that second half. Ward was able to get open a little bit, get some separation. Same thing with Hightower, but where they had in the first half, and they had a lot of drops. So with hopefully D-Jack and Alshon can come back, I want Fulgham to still be one of the big wide receivers in the game plan. He still needs to get at least 5 to 10 targets a game. Greg Ward we can still use, but everybody else right now I'm questioning. Hightower, this dude finds a way to get open on deep balls, but he's not catching everything, and that's a problem. It's great to get open, but if you're not going to catch him, what are you there for? I feel like once he becomes a better catcher, he can be a useful skill set, a useful addition to the offense later down the road when we're making that playoff push. But right now, he just needs to get in the lab and catch the ball 1,000 times a day. Because I feel like that's the only thing holding back. He gets open. He's down there for the deep plays, but he drops the ball. I feel like we need to start establishing a run more. This Ravens team is one of the best defenses in the league. We're not going to go against a Ravens defense or a Steelers defense every single week. And Miles Sanders still finds a way to break a 74-yard run today, a 74-yard run last week. He's still finding a way to hit the big pop. He's still finding a way to make plays. So keep running the ball. We have to run. Miles Sanders has to get at least 18 to 25 rushes a game, in my opinion. It has to be. At least 4 or 5 a quarter. Honestly. He's talented enough. I understand the offensive line being hurt is wishy-washy, but then put some more linemen on there. Put 6, 7 linemen out on the field and run the ball sometimes, please. Because passing the ball, sitting back and dropping, letting everybody's D-line come get Carson Wentz, that's not going to help. We have to help alleviate the pressure off Carson Wentz, man. We don't want Carson Wentz to get injured again. Because, man, this offensive line, we let up the most sacks so far, unless Joe Burrow's breaking it today against the Colts. What's the score on that game? Let me find out for y'all. The Colts won. So unless Joe Burrow got sacked, more than 3 or 4 times, the Eagles right now are first in sacks, first in turnovers, first in interceptions. Carson Wentz has been playing bad. Not all of it is on him. He does have to improve. But my point being is that O-line has to get better. That O-line has to get better. This is a wild game. My mind is racing because we lost, and there's no reason to be happy. But the way we lost, outside of that last play or the 2-point conversion, it showed me heart. But at this point, we're in week 6. And so we need to step it up. Heart can't be enough. Heart needs to produce some victories. I can't just say, yeah, we lost by 2, but the heart is there. No, we need to start seeing some victories. We have the Giants, then we have the Cowboys, then we have the Giants again. We need to go 3-0. Simple as that. We need to go 3-0. Simple as that. We have to beat the Giants twice for sure. If we lose to the Giants, then you can just write up the season. It's over. I'm just going to say that for real. If we lose to the Giants, the season's over. I don't know what more to say. So hopefully we can beat the Cowboys too. We can go 3-0. That's man. Then we have the Browns. Come on now. We have a bye in between the Cowboys and the Giants. So hopefully more people can start coming back. Hopefully the O-line, we can get some more healthy guys in there. I understand, guys like Brooks and Dillard are out for the year, but maybe some of those other guys, hopefully they can come back, man. Hopefully they're starting to get healthy. Those wide receivers are starting to get healthy. The defense is coming together. Because it's like, man, especially that defensive back group. I seen like 2 or 3 injuries today. I need them to stay healthy. But until then, this defensive line has to be the best position group. Against the Giants, I want to see 5 to 6 sacks. I want to. And I'm going to be happy with it because we need that. I need to see 5 to 6 sacks going up into the Cowboys weeks. So we have to be mentally prepared for the Cowboys. If we lose to the Giants, season's over. But we should beat them. And hopefully by Cowboys week, people are starting to become more healthy. Alshon is getting accustomed to the field. If he's not back against the Giants, hopefully he's back against the Cowboys. But hopefully it's Djax bats against the Giants. Hopefully Miles Sanders is healthy. Hopefully Zach Ertz is healthy. Hopefully Dallas Goedert becomes to get healthy. I just keep talking about injuries because it's just mind-blowing that all of our top guys are hurt. And I just wish we were healthy because so many people want to talk about the Eagles this and the Eagles that. Wentz this and Wentz that. Does your team have an entire starting lineup injured? Because that's how it is for us. Entire starting lineup is hurt. Entire starting lineup. And we're still fighting. Still fighting. Almost beat Baltimore today. Almost. I know almost don't mean nothing, but listen. We were there. We showed we can do it. Philadelphia Eagles get healthy. Play calling has to be better. We have to tackle as the defense. I've been saying this from week 1 to week now. I said week 1 to week now. Week 1 and now. Because our tackling has not been the best. The play calling has to continue to get better. We have to learn that we have to call plays depending on what we have on the field. We don't have the D-Jack over there right now because Hightower is not catching these long balls. We don't have the regular explosive guys out there. We don't have Alshon out there. We do have Travis Fulgham, who's becoming a very, very good, intricate part in our offense. We do have Greg Ward, who's not really a, jump ball type of guy. Get him in space, he's going to catch the ball more times than not. We have to run the ball. A lot of things we have to improve on. That's just running in my mind right now. But I will say this. We did lose 30-28 to the Baltimore Ravens. It was a good game. All the Ravens fans is talking right now. Don't want to hear none of it. You're excited that, you just barely beat a team that has so many injuries. We do have to get better, though. I'm not going to say, if the injury is this, we will win. I know I'm saying that because it's the truth. But that cannot be, the Eagles' mindset right now because, if I'm not mistaken, we're last in the division right now? That's unacceptable for a team that won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, for a team that's been in the playoffs for the past couple years. Injuries, I know, is playing a part in a lot of these losses, but we are setting ourselves up for failure. Even with the teams we have right now, we have chances to win. So against the Giants, all I want to see is a team that comes out there and dominate defensively. I want to see Carson Wentz putting his best foot forward, no turnovers. I don't want to see any interceptions against the Giants. Any. I don't want to see no fumbles. I want to see us rush for over 108 yards. We did today at 118. I want to see Carson Wentz have more ability to get his weapons the ball. They need to be able to get open. I'm going to see a lot of these things. Against Baltimore, I didn't see it until the fourth quarter, until it was too late. We did make a nice comeback, but it was too late. Only lost by 2. We really did lose by 2. It's not one of those situations where, you know what I'm saying, the scoreboard doesn't, reflect how the game was. No, we came back. We made a legit comeback. We lost by 2. That's what it is. Eagles get better. I cannot wait until the next pregame show when we play the Giants, October 22nd. It's a night game, too. Or is that a Monday? Oh, that's Thursday. I'm tripping right now. Thursday. You will see me pregame show. I'll be releasing at about 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Post-game show coming right after the game. Listen, man. Eagles, we need a victory. We cannot be last in this division for much longer. If we lose to the Giants, I will give up hope. We're not making the playoffs after that. The season is over. Let's go get a top pick. And I don't even know what I want with the top pick, though. I want a linebacker. What good linebackers is out there right now? I need them. I need a linebacker or I need a dominant O-lineman. I don't know. Give me something. But thank you all for watching Sports Talk with Chris. This is the Eagles post-game show versus the Baltimore Ravens. Stay tuned for future episodes on Monday, which is tomorrow, 1 p.m. I have my free agency NBA episode coming out, which I'm just going to go over, all the team need during free agency, who they should sign. Also, Monday around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go over Sunday's football. So today's football, recap that, then give some previews on the Monday's game. And then Wednesday, you're going to see part 2 of that whole free agency thing. I'm going to talk about trades. Also on Wednesday, you're going to see Wednesday weekly rants. Friday, I'm going to talk about the draft. All that thing's going on. Also, I'm going to talk about some football on Friday and some other things. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. That's a wrap for this episode. Thank you all for listening. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at sportsw_Chris. sportsw_Chris. You can also find me on Facebook, Sports Talk with Chris. Sports Talk with Chris. Those are my 3 social media platforms. Feel free to reach out. I respond to anybody. I react to anybody. And I post a lot of clips, a lot of information, about sports on all those pages. So make sure you follow and tune in. But like I said, man, thank you all for listening. Stay tuned for future episodes. Have a wonderful day.